Be prepared for offensive language from the start and throughout, and adult and sexual themes.
Been a while. But we've got to start. I've just got to say, Winston, the Lothario. I mean, what was going on there? It's a little bit cringe, a little bit awkward right now. We'll talk about that a bit later. But it is only day 3, and there are so many questions that need answering, like...
Is Darren Day Peggy Mitchell's son? Hello, ma'am. Will Winston be releasing a fitness DVD? And will Chris cut out the side salads?
We're going to be chewing over all of them bits in tonight's show, as well as... When you make yourself laugh, it's muggy, isn't it? It's muggy. We're going to be discussing what we think about tonight's Killer Noms. Killer Noms, where'd that come from? And order, Judge Ryland's court is back in session. This series of CBB would not be the same without the beautiful Michelle Visage is back! Yes! She's going to be letting her acid tongue rip into the class of 2016 in a return with our very favourite feature, What the Hell with Michelle. It's coming up in a bit. And with a show packed tighter than 3 celebs in a box, and it was tight in there, wasn't it? We mean you, Darren Day, don't we? Yes. It is time to meet tonight's panel, and I have got a line-up for you. He was the original Mr. Tumble when he was pushed off that cliff. Poor man. It's Sean Williamson, a.k.a. Barry! He hates it, but that's all we can call him. My next guest had more broken heart stories than all the housemates put together. Please go OTT for the lady with the MBE. It's Denise Robertson, MBE! Look at how she looks at me, look. Look at her, she loves it. My next lady ain't shy when it comes to striking a pose, and she wishes she could get her hair as big as Gemma Collins. It's the gorgeous Spoke Williams! And last but not least, she's probably the only woman on earth that's posted more selfies than Cheeb's BFF Kim Kardashian. It is Karen Dancher! Right now, before we get down to the nitty-gritty of tonight's show, there is a little matter of tonight's Killer Noms. It's day 3. Where did that come from? Hello. They're nominating already. Right, no messing around. Let's turn them blue before we say bye-bye to you. Do you see what I did there? We're not doing the blue no more. It used to be green, now it's blue. It's a bit confusing, but anyway. The housemates are facing eviction tomorrow night are Nancy, Winston, and Christina. What a threesome. All right, let's get into tonight's show. Now, there's just some moments in life that leave a lasting impression, and this is definitely one of them. It's like Clovey in the store coupled all over again.
How you doing?
I'm all right, man.
You're hot, huh?
Yeah, come here.
What?
Give me a cuddle.
Huh?
Give me a cuddle. Come on.
I don't have any underwear on.
Don't you? See you back.
Let's go to Barry. Barry, was that a comfortable scene for you to watch?
He is like the creepy uncle with his favourite niece on his knee.
Oh, don't!
No, honestly, I'll go further than that, Ryan.
No, you won't! You won't!
I wouldn't let him babysit my cat.
Oh!
You wouldn't, you get him when you... Where's the salad?
Oh, the cat jokes I could make there, but little on the line.
It was uncomfortable for all the wrong reasons.
Bit uncomfortable. Did you see that coming?
Do you know what? My dog's called Winston, and I'm so devastated.
Hang on, your dog is Cat? Let's get it on. What are we saying about that?
It's so creepy, but so... And she's sitting there saying she's no underwear on. Like, run. You'd run.
Run.
Like, run.
But you know what? Saying that, look, we're all a bit like about it, but I think it's quite safe to say that Gemma and Jonathan felt a bit of the same way. They looked a little bit horrified. Well done. Yeah. I mean, look, have a look. This was Gemma's face. I mean, she weren't pleased. And to be fair, for Gemma, I mean, she's been a bit of a Cupid in there. She stepped right out of her matchmaking shoes for that one. Denise, let me come to you. You're a woman. You've been about the world, haven't you? You know, you've got an MBE. You've had a lovely time of it. Would Winston's charms work on the MBE?
What I can't work out is he deliberately trying to make us hate him so that he can get out quick? Or does he not realise what he's doing? He's obnoxious.
That is a good point. What do you think? Let's talk about that.
Personality. I think that's his natural personality. The way he goes on, I think that's how he goes on in like his everyday life. Like he thinks that he gets girls all the time and that he can just treat them however. That's why he was like, right after Tiffany, he was like, Nancy.
No, darling. Nancy. Karen, I've got to ask, that was like the perfect selfie situation, weren't it? Like Big Brother beds, like, hi, Winston.
I don't know, literally. Yeah, that would be a time where I would never take a selfie. That would be an occasion where a selfie
I mean,
would
and that's
not be
saying something, come on.
Exactly, no. No, never. Oh, it was cringeworthy, it was horrible. I'm like, no.
Well, one thing Winston did make clear is that who he does and doesn't want to share a bed with in tonight's episode. And funnily enough, we had Lady C in the other day and she, randomly, shared her thoughts on bed sharing with us the other day. So let's see what she said.
Well, I have to say I'm completely horrified at the idea of sharing a bed with anybody except my dogs and cats and all kids and maybe occasionally someone else, but certainly never a stranger. Jesus God. All I can say is if you're going to be sharing a bed with somebody, hopefully it's going to be somebody you don't mind touching you.
Hello, you've spoken. And that's not the last we're going to be hearing from her because she's going to be back next week with her new thing, Tough Talk. She come up with a name, not me. But listen, let's move on to Kim Kardashian's Bessie and our very own GC, as we now call her. We saw her massaging Jonathan's coccyx this evening. What's going on there, Bam?
If there's one thing you can say, she looks like she knows her way around a coccyx. I'm sure she does. They do make quite a nice couple, actually.
They do. I could see them like living a lovely life together.
Exactly.
No, don't you disagree with Barry? Sure, don't you dare. Denise, do you think that is a genuine friendship?
Genuine? I mean, you're kidding.
Please don't hurt me.
I used to work in an orthopaedic hospital and I know exactly where the coccyx is situated.
I bet you do. Never trust a woman in red. Don't you start. Shut up. Bo, do we think Kim Kardashian needs to maybe watch her back because he might find a new BFF here?
Oh my God, if like Gemma's playing the game well, listen, I would massage his coccyx for his easy boosts that he's wearing in there. I'm sorry, we need to find out what size he is because like, definitely imagine, I'd be like worming my way in there.
Do you think that is a game then on Gemma's part?
I think like I'd pretty much definitely want to be friends with him.
For what reasons, though?
So I could go to LA and meet the Kardashians.
Oh, look. She's honest, she's honest. But you know what? She does seem to be getting involved in everyone's business, to be fair. Karen, what are you making of Gemma in there?
Well, yeah, people might not like... I mean, maybe I'm fooled. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong in life. But I really like Gemma.
I love her.
I've never, ever seen her before. And I'm like, I need to meet that... Forget the Kardashians. I want to meet Gemma. So, Gemma, when you come out, darling, we're hooking up, yeah? Let's do it.
Think of the selfies.
We'll get a selfie, yeah. I love her.
Come on, let's ask you. Are we team Chabema? Which is
I
think she's one of these people that, you know, is friends with everybody, but maybe she's just a little bit lonely underneath. Yeah, I do. I think that they're all going to form cliques and she won't actually be part of it.
Oh,
I like
really?
her. I think she's a really nice person.
You like her? Joe, you go on.
Darling, I think Gemma is a little smarter than we give her credit for. Massaging the coccyx of the Kim K connection. You know, that's what it's all about. She just wants to make the connection with higher fame. That's what that's all about.
Well, hang on, now, you just started talking about cliques and stuff like that.
Yes.
Oh, you're right, Denise.
She is so right.
Oh.
There's so much of the milk of human kindness about Gemma at the moment, it's almost yoghurt.
Oh! I'll write that one there.
I'm extremely suspicious. If I'm wrong, I will apologise.
Oh, we might have to do a phone-in
But
with
at
you.
the moment, I think it's a game.
You think it's all a game? Well, you just mentioned... No, hang on, you just mentioned cliques, and the cliques have already started to form. It's only been 2 days. But there seems to be quite a big separation, I think. It's quite easy to say, between the younger ones and the older ones at the minute, mainly with Stephanie, Jeremy, Scotty T and Megan as one. Vogue, which out of them 2 cliques would you like to be in?
Do you know what? I think the Megan one, it's just a bit sleazy already. Like, Gemma even trying to set her and Scotty T up, like, give it like 4 seconds. Do they have to get it on straight away? Like, it was just too intense.
What was that all about then?
I don't know. It's like they're just... Like, they've obviously haven't had a bang in ages or something. Because, like, literally...
I can't confirm nor deny that rumour. I don't. Val, do you think the evidence is... do you think it's inevitable that the young ones and the older ones are always going to divide?
Eventually, life will always divide people into 2 groups, people who need sleep and people who don't. So give it a few days. One half of the house will be all bingo and Brussels sprouts. And the other half will be crack and cider, you know. It's just the way it is.
That's life. That is life, though, isn't it? Karen, I've got to ask you about them 4 in the younger group. What is the best way to do a 4-way selfie?
Gosh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever done a 4-way one. Yeah, well, you need a selfie stick. I don't know.
Oh, we'll get a stick then. We'll get a stick in. But listen, I love this chat. Give him a little clap, please. Coming up, get in order, because court is about to be in session as the Right Honourable Judge Rylan is back. Oh, yes. He's going to be ruling over the nominated celeb superfans, plus Michelle Visage is returning. Our unofficial LA correspondent spills her frank... Yeah, clap her! She's going to be talking all things about our housemates, and as usual, she is not held back. Believe me. I'll see you after this break. She ain't.
Oh, I don't want the legs up here. I don't want them down there. I want them here. Have you got that?
Oi! Oi! What's going on here? What? Can you stop that, please? Don't touch her, yeah? You've got an MBE. I thought better of you. Don't Ara! She loves it. Look at her. Yeah, I bet. I'm going to tell this morning. Right, we've got an exclusive sneak peek of Stephanie and a little bit of bother in just a minute, but before that, it is time to go transatlantic with our LA correspondent in What the Hell with Michelle, the gorgeously fierce Michelle Visage!
Yes. Is this camera even on? How do you turn this thing on? Is it on? I'm back. It's a brand new season of Celebrity Big Brother and a brand new What the Hell with Michelle. So let's get on with the housemates. Let's start out talking about Gemma. Oh my God, babes. The GC is back. Right, she is. And let me tell you something. I saw everybody saying stuff about Gemma's big hair and how awful it was on her entry and her makeup. I thought it was gorgeous. It was dragalicious. It was beautiful. I have never seen Gemma Collins looking more beautiful. A bit orange, but that is the Essex way. She also is very, very aware of the cameras. I'm sure that the cameras had nothing to do with her giving Tiffany the shoes off of her feet 3 sizes too small for her birthday gift.
Happy birthday, my darling. I know what it's...
Oh, she's so kind.
They're for you. Gemma's just a giving person. That's just who she is. Here's a warning to every housemate in that house. I hope you have hard hats when you're talking to David Guest, because with the amount of names that man is dropping, y'all are gonna get a brain concussion, okay?
Elvis, the Doobie Brothers, Al Green, Jerry Lee Lewis.
He dropped so many names, it's not even funny. And the best bit of all, him blaming Michael Jackson for his plastic surgery disasters.
I remember Michael Jackson saying to me, you know, you'll feel a lot better.
Honey, Michael Jackson did not have a scalpel. Michael Jackson was not standing there slicing your face up. You chose the doctors. You did it. Stop blaming MJ. Hurricane Angie blew into town, but right now she's a Category 1. What does that mean? Well, she has the ability to be a shutter blowing off Category 5.
Drinking and fighting in bars. I got barred from 4 bars in New York.
She does not care. She's an older woman, but she's an older woman with a lot of sass, so get ready for Angie.
I'm just telling you like it is.
Scotty T, aw, look, Scotty T. You can't even say Scotty T without going, oh, Scotty T. We love Scotty T. He's like huggable, fluffy, lovable. And the funny thing was, it wasn't even 24 hours. Why iPad? He was already trying to hit on the worldie. Look, Megan's hot, Scotty's hot. Something could very well happen there. Aw, Scotty T. And there you go, guys. That's my take on the new housemates on another What the Hell with Michelle. I'll see you next time.
I love her. Don't I? And wait for it. Apparently, she's still got more to say because she's on the blow. And Mish, you there?
I'm here, baby.
She's there! Mishy, we miss you so much. Are you all right?
I miss you so much, honey. I really do. I really should be there, but I'm filming a new show here, so that's why I can't come.
Sassy. Mish, I've got to ask you, what are you making of the killer nominations?
Well, I thought they were amazing, because here's the thing. First of all, I love Nancy. I hope she stays. She's glamorous. She's Italian. I just love her. I didn't even remember that Christina was in the house, honestly. I haven't seen much of her in today's or yesterday's show. But Winston, let me tell you something about Winston with his homophobic self. Trust me, you don't need to worry about standing up against the wall. Nobody wants to sleep in your bed. You want to be the mayor of a town that's got so many queers, you need to watch yourself, Mr. Leopard Print.
Okay! You always rely on Michelle to really hold back. Mish, is anything else stood out for you?
I have to tell you, I'm looking for me. I'm really liking Daniela. I think she's got a lot to risk here. She's got the most on the line out of that entire cast, and I think that this could be a really good thing for her. And so far, I'm really liking her a lot. I don't know about you, but do you feel the same way?
Yeah, do you know what? A lot of people have said, you know, with her going in, they sort of want her to do well, but at the same time, they're waiting for her not to. It's quite hard. Like, it's quite split over here. But I get what you're saying, but I've got to ask you, any early predictions? You're normally good at it.
Okay, so I think Daniela we got to watch because I think she's got a lot to prove. Like I said, Scotty T definitely can take it. John, I really like John's gentlemanly act. I'm not quite sure if he'll let it go or, you know, because it could get tiring. But Gemma, the way she is right now, could surprise people and go all the way unless the real Towie girl comes out, and then everybody will get, you know, maybe turned off.
Maybe. Babe, it's been a pleasure. Happy New Year. I love you, and I'll ring you soon.
I love you. I can't wait. Congratulations, my love.
Thank you, baby. Love you. Oh, I love her. Right. We've gone transatlantic, and it's time now for some of tomorrow's headlines. In today's news.
Yeah! Extra, extra. Read all about it.
Well, it is good news, guys, because there is a lot of love in this year's house. Megan and Scotty T have been getting quite close. Winston's got his eye on Tiffany. And Nancy. But at 11 minutes past 10 this morning, it looked like there could also be a bit of loving between Jeremy and Stephanie.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm in love with you. Honestly. It's weird.
Shut up.
What?
You're not.
Fucking right I am.
Stop it. I feel like, do you think Nancy's gonna, like, be pissed off with her? I don't know. Yeah. I hate It's just congested. I
Well,
can't
get away before I start fancying you more.
Shut up.
Great grandma.
He's Versace and not happy. For catching. No! You're gonna get me in trouble.
I know.
You gotta stop. I am not. Honest to God, if I went out and he weren't there, I'd die.
Laugh.
You'd laugh, and then I'd be heartbroken.
Well, stay tuned. We'll have a bit more on that a little bit later on. And after yesterday's tensions between Angie and Jonathan at 11 o'clock this morning, Ange was seeking advice from the woman involved in everyone's business, the GC.
He was rude. I jumped in. I said he was an obnoxious American. Well, I'm really sorry if that hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
No, him or you.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's just too damn bad.
Yeah, yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
An obnoxious American.
Yeah.
He treated me like a servant. Make me a coffee. I don't know how to use Nescafe. I said, oh, really? Make it yourself.
Yeah.
He said, well, can you show me? I said, yes, I can show you. And I made it for him. And then he starts with his specific preferences for food. And I said, maybe it would be better to try stuff when you travel, because you never know, you might develop some extra interests.
Yeah.
And it went downhill from there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. All right, Ange, well, listen, there are two sides to every story, and this, my friends, is no exception.
She's walking around complaining to everybody. It's like embarrassing. Something, I don't know, I asked her yesterday when I was dying on my deathbed, I asked her to help me make the instant coffee, because I don't know how to, I've never made it before, I've never had coffee. I only drink like a cappuccino where they make it.
Okay.
And she's complaining about it, but I don't know how to make it, so I said, yeah, and then
everybody does things for everyone here.
Wow, and then I came up to, when Gemma was talking to somebody, we walked up, and she said a word, and I said it like in the same accent as she did.
Wait,
and
Nancy.
she goes to me, she goes, you're an obnoxious American.
If I put you two together...
No, I don't talk, I'm not talking to her. I promise you I'll never even look at her again. You don't understand. I don't deal with people, and nor do I deal with her. She's a fucking psychotic old wreck. I'm not dealing with it. She's like a crazy person.
Oh, it's all dying. Well, listen, Ange, just so you know, I like mine hot, strong, and smooth. But speaking of hot, strong, and smooth,
Darren Day, I've got to say something to you. I've got to get off my chest. You're smooth. The way you walk. Did you just see the way you walk?
I think she has a crush on you.
It's just the walk. It's the...
Darren Day floats. He doesn't walk.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Sorry to keep staring at you, but your mannerisms, I'm just in, like...
Don't let David guess to you, because it's almost like the Michael Jackson moonwalk.
He'll
be so excited.
glide as you walk. Like,
Glide?
It's...
Are you serious?
No, it's beautiful the way you do it. It's like a cloud, like...
Oh, no, don't say that. I'm like Zoolander or something, am I?
No, it's just like effortless.
It's a strut.
It's like, even this is too much movement.
I've got to say, Darren Day, that was today's news. Coming up, we are going to be hearing more from our panel. Plus, Judge Ryland's court is back in session. We're going to be interrogating Nancy, Winston and Christina's superfans. But first...
We're stepping back to a time when treating was something done by birds. There was no such thing as an ASBO. Our very own Denise was in nappies, the Terry Toweling kind. And the only way to vote for celebrities locked in a house for weeks was by a carrier pigeon. There it is. Go ahead. Thankfully, it's 2016, and vote to save your fame. All you need to do is pick up your phone and get dialing. Here's all the info you'll ever need.
This week, Christina, Nancy and Winston all face the public vote. From a landline, call 090 20 44 24 and add the number of the housemate you want to save. From a mobile, call 6 44 24 and add the number of the housemate you want to save. For Christina, add 10. For Nancy, add 12. For Winston, add 16. Calls to the long number will cost 50 pence plus your network access charge. Calls to the short number will cost 50 pence. Voting closes in Friday's eviction show. If you're watching on catch-up after that or outside the UK, please don't vote. Votes cast after lines close won't count. You can find terms on the Big Brother website. Stop it! God, milking the selfies, Karen. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's Bit on the Side. It's time now for your first exclusive of the night, so feast your eyes on this, and it's juicy, because Stephanie's stressing.
It's really hard, isn't it? You've done good. I think it's like...
It's because you used to be
being with him every day.
Yeah.
I just
Just
don't
to
want
know
him to
he's
be
there.
disrespected to him because of Jeremy and that. And like,
Yeah, but
I
you're young,
can't stand
you
up
young
for
lot are all
myself.
gonna stick
I can't
together.
say that's too far, and I hope it's not. And I don't want my boyfriend to feel mugged off at all.
He's not going to feel mugged off. You're not doing anything wrong, Steph. You're doing... Do you know,
I'm missing affection too. I'm needing that cuddle too. So I'm wanting hugs and that off everyone. And
we'll give
it's
you
nice when he gives me a hug and that.
But just maybe have the conversation with him and say to him, listen.
I said that before. I said to my boyfriend, and I said if he wouldn't, you know, I said I didn't want to. He knows that.
But it doesn't look like that.
And I need Jezza as well. I need him like. He's my pal. Do you know what I mean? Like.
He's your mate.
If he left, I'd miss him so much. No, but just like an ear, just would click like that.
Little bit orcs. Bow, what are you making of that?
I think she's right to worry about what her ex-boyfriend thinks. Oh,
don't!
Oh, come on!
Already starting again. Do you think she's done anything wrong yet?
100%. She's a million% done something wrong. She's talking like, but I need Jeremy as well. You've known Jeremy 4.5 seconds. Chill out. You don't need him. Like she doesn't need to make friends with all the boys.
Karen.
I feel sorry for her because I don't know. She's clearly got feelings for this guy. She's got a guy outside.
Oh God, we're starting something. I can feel it.
I don't know. I feel sorry for her. I don't know. I miss cuddles. I want cuddles. I've got a cat called Cuddles who cuddles me, but I want to cuddle off a man. Okay. Thank you.
You know what the sad thing is, though? She's sitting there thinking, that ain't as good as me cat. Right. Well, after all the chit-chat, I think this rabble need a bit of bringing back down to earth, don't you think? We need a bit of that. So I think it's time to bring some order to proceedings.
I'm Judge Ryland. Put that away! Disgraceful! No, you can't have my wick. Put him in a cupboard. Yes, I'm a real judge. Order!
Today, we're in court for the matter of Christina, Nancy and Winston, who are all charged with crimes against the state of Celebrity Big Brother. The defendants are all under house arrest, so unable to attend court tonight. However, I have summoned their biggest fans to plead on their behalf. Now, crime doesn't pay, and as we saw tonight, our nomination jury have delivered their verdict on the housemates. Not one to be outdone, the Bots Court have gathered some equally damning... Stop laughing. We've gathered some equally damning evidence. So firstly, defending Nancy, it's Neil Sappler. Not guilty. She is not guilty. We've not started yet. Right, Nancy's been charged with showing intimidating behaviour towards a fellow housemate. Let's hear from the prosecution.
My nomination is going to be Nancy. I just find that she can be a bit controlling when we're having a laugh. For example, just out there, like, I don't know, if it might be just the way she'd look across the room at you if you're having a drink. Maybe it's a bit just intimidating, I don't know. It could be just, you know, it mightn't be that reason at all, but that's what I have to go on, you know.
Order! Neil, as Nancy's defence, was Jeremy right to nominate her for being too intimidating?
Absolutely not. Just because she's a lawyer doesn't mean she's intimidating. She's a beautiful woman, there for the older audience, and I can say that with my wife in the audience. She's definitely OK by me.
Do you object to such a charge?
I certainly do. She's not guilty.
Silence now! Be quiet, I'll come back to you in a moment. Next up, defending Winston, it's superfan Ellie Baresi. The prosecution have submitted some damning evidence. Let's take a look.
I'm going to nominate Winston. Every time I cook, he can't wait for everyone else to get to have his food. He's always like, give me some. And then stuff like that just annoys us because I'm like, look, I'm spending all this time, everyone's waiting, like, I'm trying to have everyone eat at the same time. He just comes over here and goes, give me it.
No problem, man.
Ellie and Winston's defence, were these reasons just?
Absolutely not. He's not guilty, and I object, Your Honour, quite frankly. The man needs to eat. He's hungry. It's food. He's not breaking any rules. Let him get on with it.
How do you
Leave
plead?
the man alone.
Shush! How do you plead for Winston?
Absolutely not guilty, Your
OK,
Honour.
silence. I'll be coming back to you in just a moment. Next up, defending Christina, it's Dan Bunker. The evidence is in against Christina. Let's take a look.
You have to have a reason.
OK, I'm picking Christina. Oh!
Because me and Jezza are next to each other. And obviously we're like brother and sister and we get up to mischief and, you know...
She was angry at you last night, basically.
She was angry at both of us last night because we all kept her up laughing. And she's more friends with Nancy and, like, you know, how do you say, like, women, like, you know, like, proper adults.
Don't make me take the wig off. Dan, we've just seen some evidence from Stephanie. How do you plead for her?
Absolutely not guilty.
Why?
Because she's an older woman. If she needs to get her sleep and rest, she needs to get her sleep and rest. And there is no reason why she shouldn't be allowed to do so.
Silence, Dan, silence. OK, Neil, Ellie and Dan, I understand you've all prepared your closing statements. Neil, we're going to start with you. You have 10 seconds to convince the public jury to keep Nancy in. Straight down the camera, you may begin.
Nancy has got to stay in. You got what you see with her. She's a definite lawyer, very brainy. She's got more to give. You've just got to just look at what she can act...
Silence! 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 OK, Ellie, on to you. Your 10 seconds to defend Winston. Straight down the camera begins now.
OK, I don't want a house full of bland, boring people. You need somebody like Winston in there to provide the controversy. He's rubbing people up the wrong way and eventually somebody will snap. Boom, there you've got it.
Silence! OK, Dan, we'll move on to you. Your 10 seconds to defend Christina. Straight down the camera begins now.
Christina is a class act. Some of those girls in there are more hair extension than personality. We need a woman there who's a role model. We need someone who doesn't need Jason Donovan to get to the final.
Silence! Thank you, Neil, Ellie and Dan. You are dismissed from my courtroom. Please take your seats. This case is now adjourned for the jury to consider their verdict. Judge Willis will be presiding over the court ruling tomorrow night. Now, that is the ruling of the court and no one is above the law, although some people are a law unto themselves. That's law banned. It's law banned. It's time now for one last... Is that Brian May? Is that Brian May? It's come to my attention that some of you are breaking the law. If you don't pay attention to the following ways to vote, you may just find yourself doing some time, as they say. Here's the all-important information you need. Court's out. This week, Christina, Nancy and Winston all face the public vote. From a landline, call 090 20 44 24 and add the number of the housemate you want to save. From a mobile, call 6 44 24 and add the number of the housemate you want to save. For Christina, add 10. For Nancy, add 12. For Winston, add 16. Calls to the long number will cost 50 pence plus your network access charge. Calls to the short number will cost 50 pence. Voting closes in Friday's eviction show. If you're watching on catch-up after that or outside the UK, please don't vote. Votes cast after lines close won't count. You can find terms on the Big Brother website. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. We're going to be talking about who's going tomorrow in just a minute, but first we've got another exclusive, and Daniela and Christopher finally have had that chat, guys.
I wasn't scared about having it out with you. Was you?
Yeah. I was
scared of me?
I take round, I think, listen.
You fucking should be scared of me, I know, Maloney.
But we need to talk about it to get it sorted, do you know what I mean? Because
yeah, no, you should.
What it is, no, it's all
hard,
been hearsay.
Yeah, but I've got to talk to you about it without mentioning him, because I won't give him any freaking...
No, well, exactly, and the thing is, though, what you've heard or what might have been told or what's happened is bullshit. So that's why we need to talk, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you should have told me yourself.
But I'm just so glad we've got talk. Do you know what? Because I was just dreading coming in here, you know, and I was like thinking... Oh,
I weren't, to be fair. I was fine about it. I was like, fine, I'll have it out here. They're everywhere, but I'm not going to have it out and have a screaming match about it because it's... In longer time has passed, there's no need to have that conversation, have a screaming match about it at all. But yeah, it's done now. It's done. But I'm out the other side. But you know what I'm like? I will get pissed or something, and I will think. Because you know how loyal I am and stuff.
Still ain't got a clue what they're going on about. Still don't know. Barry, what do we make of that?
The thing is, I know Daniela, and honestly, she's the sweetest person, obviously, but she's had a lot of trials and tribulations in her life. She might forgive him on air, but she'll never forget.
Yeah.
That's the way it is, you know, because she's been turned over before too many times.
I know there's been a lot of stories in the papers this week about what's rumoured to have happened and stuff like that, but obviously we don't know. We can't sit here and confirm or deny what's been said. Vogue, what are you making of it?
I don't have a clue what's going on. I just know that they're fine. Like, I want them to just tell us. Like, tell us and let's have a bit of drama, and then we can all know what's happening. And then we'll be... like, it's nice to see them make up, but I wanted to fight first.
Denise, come on, you're the agony aunt. I mean, do you think they are going to make up? Because she does still seem a bit...
Yeah. She was reluctant and he was protesting too much.
Don't think it's going to last? Denise don't. Denise don't. Karen?
I just don't even know what it's about, so I just can't. I'm just like, yeah, what is going on? I don't know.
Well, good luck to you. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah, just...
Oh, well, listen, they've barely been in there, let's be fair, like, long enough to christen the toilet, but tomorrow, Nancy, Winston or Christina will be the first celebrity to be evicted from that house. But who do our panel think should go? And this lovely lot behind me. Now, because we love to be fair on bots, we have got 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Record. To talk about each housemate when the time's up. We'll hear this sound and we will move on. So let's start with Nancy. Barry, what are you making of Nancy?
Nancy, yeah, you know,
He has 2 minutes. He's 2 minutes.
I'm going to use it. I think she should go.
You think she should go?
Yeah.
Why? Over Winston.
I don't know, because... all right, she shouldn't then.
What are you making of Nancy, Bo?
I think Nancy is such a babe. I think she's going to find it quite hard to be in there. And
yeah.
That's always quite funny, and it's going to take somebody just to absolutely rack her head, and then it will be good drama for us. So I think keep her in, because I think she's gas.
Karen?
Oh, yeah. She's just super sexy, super sassy. I love her. I think she needs to maybe give a little more for people to see what she's really like, but she'll definitely stay. I think she's just... she's the diva and glamour girl that we need in there.
She is. She is definitely a glamour girl. Denise? Oh.
She bores me to tears.
On that note, let's go into the audience. What are we making of Nancy? Just come up here. Oh, nearly went, then nearly went.
Yeah, no, Nancy should definitely stay. She's as nuts as the rest of them. And in my opinion, there's only one person must go tomorrow night, and that's Winston.
Well, we'll talk about it in a minute. Who else? Nancy? You want to know? You don't want to say nothing.
Nancy needs to stay, simply because we haven't seen much of her. We've seen
you
it,
want
but
to see more from
yeah,
her.
like we've seen loads of everyone else, but she's kind of just been floating around, but we haven't got much TV time of her.
But do we think there's more in her?
I think there's definitely more in her, and we will see that as the weeks go on. I think that she's a very smart and intelligent woman, and she will be outfoxing these people who think that they can play a smart game.
Oh, what do you think?
Yeah.
I kind of agree what you're saying, but I want to say more about Winston.
All right, well, I'll come back to you then. Go on, what about Nancy? Do you like
no,
you
it's
like
Winston.
Nancy,
I want Winston to stay now.
Right,
I've changed my mind.
Right, well, we're talking about Nancy.
Oh, Nancy, well, she's too boring at the moment.
You think she's boring?
Yeah, she ain't done anything at the moment, no.
She's she's got some fire in her, and I feel like she's actually going to come out of her shell later on. And I think she'll be good. We just need to give her some time. Give her some time.
Give her some time. Oh, go on, darling. Go on, sorry, Dana.
Well, I think the older contestants are much more interesting anyway, so keep her in, because they're the ones that are going to fight.
How'd you feel? Right, moving on to Winston. Barry, what are we making of him?
The thing about Winston is he said what he said. He's alienated most of the country, but what you have to remember is he's great box office. You know, so if people do save him, it will be a funnier and a better show for all the wrong reasons. But
Bo?
Well, I think Winston will end up getting kicked out, like, just by Big Brother, like, not by anyone voting. I think he'll just get himself in trouble. And as well, what he says a lot more about his sexuality than it does about anybody else's. And for the sake of my dog's name, get him out. He's tainting my dog's name.
Karen, what are you making of Winston?
Oh, Winston, literally, I know my politics, and I had to Google him because I thought, politician? Really? OK. And I think if you want to give a good impression and you want to be Mayor of London, don't say what you're saying. And finally, find a man that will share a bed with him. I don't know any man that will share any bed with him. It's horrible, it's vile, it's just crude, it's everything.
Not a fan?
No, not at all.
Denise?
He deserves to go, but he's interesting.
Yeah. This is the thing with Celebrity Big Brother. Some people vote to save, it's not vote to evict. Winston. No, you said you wanted to talk about Winston. I'll come to you first.
I just want to say I can't stand him. I'm not going to swear, but he's a horrible I think, personally, homophobic, in the closet idiot, that I think if he doesn't go on Friday, I reckon he'll probably quit.
You reckon
I
he'll
reckon
quit?
he'll quit. I reckon he's going to last a week.
He doesn't seem like a quitter to me. You've got an opinion on Winston.
Yeah, and I know it's not going to make me popular.
No, go on. No,
Look,
look, we are putting
that
both
he's
sides
entitled
out.
to his opinion. What he said on his VT, let's judge him for what he does inside the house. If he doesn't want to share bed with anybody, loads of other people have said it as well. Yeah, loads of other people. It doesn't matter. He's entitled to just say that he don't want to.
What do you...
No.
What do you... yeah, exactly. He didn't mind sharing the bed then.
What do you think he's been like as a housemate so far?
Interesting. And you haven't got to wait for him to warm up like your ones back there. So, do you know what I mean?
No, I think Winston, he shouldn't have opened up his mouth and said what he said. I know people turn around and say other different things with else, but I think that the way that he's acting now is a dirty old...
There's the klaxon. Right on time. And finally, let's move on to Christina. Barry, what are we making of the return?
I've watched all 3 shows now, and when they lined up tonight for the most annoying to the least annoying, I struggled to remember who the blonde was on the end. So I think if you're in, you have a duty to entertain. But what we have got at the moment is Christina and Nancy sharing a bed. It's one for the bank. I'll be using it later.
Barry! Please!
That was a Winston line.
I've got white to white and I'm white. That's all I'm going to say. Vote, Christina.
Christina, I do agree with Baza, even though that's not his name. I think she's very boring, very forgettable. But the thing about it is, because there's been so much about her in the paper about everybody hating her, I would like to see the real her instead of what the paper's worried about her.
This is the thing, like... I say this all the time. Actually, I'll say my bit in a minute. Karen, what do you make of Christina?
Yeah, I agree. We've not seen much of her, and she wanted to go into, you know, show the world that she isn't really this person. Well, she needs to show us now, you know. We need to see who Christina is, and I really... I hope she stays in, just so we can learn a little bit more about her.
Denise?
We all think that inside her there's a volcano, and we're waiting for it to come out. If it doesn't, she's toast, because we'll be disappointed.
No, Denise, this is the thing, that's what I was going to say. You know, the papers do make her out to be, you know, what she's labelled by the papers. We've not seen that yet. What are we making? Go on, Dan.
Do you know what? The thing is, when it starts the first few days, you see all the massive characters, the Gemma Collins, all the big ones. But do you know what? She's definitely doing... She's not sitting there all day looking at the ceiling. She's doing stuff, so I think give it time.
Yeah.
Give it time. Yes, definitely.
Just to add on for that, congratulations, by the way, on your wedding.
Oh, thank you. Christina, I love you, but thank you.
But, yeah, I think the same as what Danny was saying, actually, because I don't know a lot about this girl, Christina, at all, and actually I'm intrigued. I want to know more about her. Forget about what... No, I do, because obviously there's a lot of people that we already know what they're about. Christina, we don't know a lot about at all, so give her some time.
Craig Whitman-Hall was on the panel the other night. He said she is super feisty. Are we going to see that, do you think, from her?
She's intentionally, she's going to stay calm because she doesn't want to be seen as this Russian who's, you know, volcanic Russian. She's going to stay calm intentionally.
You think she's going to stay...
Yes.
We're out of time. That was good. Quickly down the panel, Denise, who do you want to go tonight? Tomorrow night. Whoops. Who do you want to go tomorrow night?
Nancy.
You want Nancy to go? Karen?
Winston.
Winston.
Barry?
Christina, but Winston should go.
Let's go to you. So who do you want to go tomorrow?
Winston. Nancy.
Christina.
Nancy.
Winston.
Winston. Christina.
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 With a bit of a tongue roll.
Christina.
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 Winston.
Nancy.
Christina.
Christina.
Nancy.
Boring Christina.
The dirty old man.
Winston.
I think we're going to do it, you know.
Winston.
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 Christina.
Winston. Winston. Winston.
Winston.
Winston. Winston.
100% Winston.
Nancy.
Winston.
With time to spell. Oh, no, give yourselves a round of applause. There we go. That's it for tonight. Grab a bit of shut eye alongside our housemates by switching over to 5-star now for Live from the House. Tomorrow night is the very first eviction of 2016. Right here in this studio, I'm going to have evicting number 1 on my couch. I'm going to be joined by Jungle Queen Bitty Pattison. Fat boy himself, Ricky Norwood's going to be here.